Russell's calling us from Tennessee. Hi, Russell.
Thank you for taking my call, Dan.
Sure.
Being a CPA, I listen to the CNBC News every morning while I'm doing my exercise. And this morning, they had Boone Pickens on, and he agreed with you, but he filled in a little more information about the oil policy. And I know you were saying we do not need to be exporting our Brent oil because our refineries should be using them.
Yes.
What he mentioned, which I didn't know, maybe you knew better than I did, that we switched years ago from light crude to heavy crude in our refineries, and he's saying we should export until we can get those online again with the light crude that we're producing in America.
Yes.
And he talked very strongly for a policy of Mexico, America, and Canada having an oil cartel of us three and our independence through natural gas. I wish people would listen to his policies. It sounds like he's more in tune with America than our own politicians.
Well, he is, Russell. Boone's absolutely right. We are not equipped to handle from a refinery standpoint of light sweet crude, and that is a problem, and that's why we're exporting. My concern is, and I agree with Boone, yeah, let's do it temporarily, but let's put a deadline on it. In other words, let's say by 2000, I don't know, pick a year, June of 2015, it's going to stop again. Or maybe that's not realistic. Maybe June of 2016. So that we can give our refineries a chance to power up and also maybe start to creating some others. If you had a president that was truly concerned about growing this economy and creating prosperity in America, the president would have a sit down, a long, hard conversation with his director of the EPA and say, look, we need refinery capacity. I hope the next president does this. We need refinery capacity. We need to be able to work with these oil companies and areas. We certainly want to be concerned about any kind of pollution issue, which we're the cleanest country in the world when it comes to that. But nonetheless, we want to be concerned about it. But we're not here to stop progress. We're not here to stop this. We're here to oversee it, make sure that it's done properly, but we're not here to slow the process down. We're here to work with the private sector in order to get this done. We're looking at an energy, which you've heard me say before, maybe you've read my article about this, which I wrote some months ago, not only an oil revolution, but an industrial revolution that is going to come on the heels of that if we do it right. And so, yeah, I don't know, Russell, why people don't listen to Boone, politicians. He's far more in tune with what we need to do in this country. He's a brilliant guy, and he has a common sense approach. His whole why we couldn't, from a political standpoint, take and run his plan for tractor trailers to convert to natural gas. Why we couldn't begin that process. If we had listened to him when he came up with the Pickens plan, and you can go to PickensPlan.com if you want to look at it. When he came up with the Pickens plan, had we started then, we would have so much of the infrastructure in right now across this country. He wanted to start on, some major highways, obviously, to be able to have distribution to natural gas, conversion of diesels. You get all the diesel tractor and trailers on natural gas when we've been the largest natural gas producer since 2010, and it doesn't look like there's any end in sight on that. Do people understand? I don't think politicians understand it. That frees up the oil, right? Gives us a glut of usable oil to refine the gasoline for automobiles and other uses, which obviously lowers the price, creates prosperity, creates good jobs, creates consumer spending, so on and so forth. So anyway, I don't know how we've missed that.